Hello, everyone. Welcome to Roll Initiative, where we have a very cheerful debate about two characters that were submitted by our community. This time, we're actually working with characters that we created, and we will use no dice, and statistically, we'll see who would win in a fight. Just a 1v1 standard open field situation. I'm Mike. I'm your community manager here in ArtificerDM. And joining with me is one of our community members, JD. Welcome, man.
Yeah, happy to be here. Glad to see who's going to win this between my character and yours.
Yeah, well, I think it's easy to let's go right into that. Because I think because we have both created the characters that we're submitting to the fight here. You're playing as your character, I'm playing as mine. First, I'll let you go first. Go ahead and describe who you're playing as. Just let's get a full description.
Sure, I'm playing as Algar Redeye. He is human fighter / artificer multiclass. He's got red hair and a red beard, and a nice scar across one eye. It's how he got his nickname Redeye.
I am playing as Bolide Saw, who is a Water Genasi monk. Specifically, he's an astral self monk. Bolide is the name of the light that emits from I think a meteorite or an asteroid. I know there is a difference. Regardless, he is space themed in a way.
Okay.
So let's lay down the ground rules. First and foremost, both of us have standard equipment. We don't have anything special unless there is sort of like artificer-ish kind of like features that give you special magic items. In addition to that, we are also we did point buy or standard array. So nothing has been rolled. Right now we are going full fresh. All the characters here are level 12. So you have a lot of features and a lot of abilities to work with. We also have submitted ways that our characters would act in the first round. So I think that is fair to say. But the first thing we need to really settle on is initiative.
Yeah, Algar is not particularly quick. He only got a +1, and you're a monk, so I'm guessing you're going to go first.
Bolide does have a +7, so we can do all the math we want. We should, but I think it's fair to say that a +7 statistically will always get the drop on a +1. So Bolide is definitely going to go first in terms of how this match is going to go. Again, no die. I'm not going to throw any die out here.
Yeah, and no argument here on that.
Yeah, it's pretty valid. I think it's very valid. We have
For sure.
Fighters are pretty. I mean, you could play a fighter anyway. You could be dexterous. Are you more strength based or are you more dexterous, like dex based?
He's more strength based.
Oh, okay. All right. Dangerous when it comes to grapples. The first thing I have here is that Bolide would move in, and considering that he wants to close the distance, he has 50 feet. I don't think there'll be any problem to get up close. You tell me if there'd be any arguments about that.
I don't think so. I don't really have any way to like restrict movement or difficult terrain, nothing like that. So,
first thing he would do is bonus action, activate the astral arms, which means I believe it is within a certain radius. Your character would need to make a dex save or fall prone, which is,
okay.
And I will double check that thing here, but.
So how am I on dex saves?
What is your dex save? What's your dex modifier?
Not great. My dex saves are only a +1. So what's your DC for that though?
I believe it is a 16.
16. So yeah, I'm failing that 75% of the time.
So you're looking at about a 25% success rate.
Success rate. Yep.
So statistically, you would fall. So fall prone. And then I'm going to double check, see if it is prone. Each creature within two. No. You don't fall prone. My apologies. That would have been really bad. Okay. You take some damage equal to 2 of my martial arts die, which I believe is a D10. So immediate rush in, do some damage. Boom.
Right.
We are then going to. So that's a bonus action. I used up a key point to do that. We're then going to do 2 attacks. With the astral self arms. Funny enough, my Bolide has a higher wisdom than he does dex. And he is built for the astral arms because the astral arms use the wisdom modifier instead of the dex modifier. Right. What is your AC?
18.
18. I have a +8 to hit. Do you have any shields or anything that could raise that AC?
I do have reaction shield, yes. But I mean, even without reaction shield, it's 50-50, right? Because that's
That is
10 or higher.
yeah, it's a 50-50. Uh, I think I think more than likely it'd be difficult to hit you because you do have shields. Uh,
Right.
because I think if it ever came to a point where I went, okay, great, I hit an 11 or higher on the die, your immediate reaction more than likely would be, don't hurt me.
Yeah, it's most likely what I'm going to do. And then on top of that, it applies to every hit after that. So if it's the first one,
Yeah.
right, then the AC is raised for the rest of the turn.
I wonder what would be your AC with the +5? What did you say before? It was +8 or
It
18?
would be 23 with the
23?
shield.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna let's see what we can find out. I'm gonna go to that. So JD sent me a really great dice calculator to sort of help me out here.
It's a good one.
It is. So let's see. So D20 +8, and then we're gonna see if we can
So you have a +8 to hit, you said, right?
+8.
So you have to roll a 15 or higher, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that my calculator says you have a 30% chance of hitting.
Okay. So more than
With shield.
likely, yeah, I'm not connecting. I think statistically, I'm not connecting. There might be. I think right now. Well, let's finish the first round, and then we can start talking about resources. So
Yeah.
I think that honestly would be Moscow's turn, which is or not Moscow, excuse me, Bolite's turn. Another NPC or character. Rush in, bonus action, would do some immediate damage with the summoning of the astral arms, and then 2 hits, which I would think hit probably shield. What would be your first round? Because we've all entered what we would do in the first round.
Yeah, I don't think Algar's trying to get any distance, so I definitely think we're probably looking at a melee fight.
Yeah.
His first thing is he's going to cast darkness on his glaive. So I don't know if you have any way to counter or see through that.
I will look it up. I think there is something here. So yes, astral monks at this certain level have a thing called the astral sight, which you can see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical, in a distance of 120 feet.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you do have a way to counter. I thought I was going to get you with that.
Oh, that was your plan all along? I honestly,
Hey, that was Algar's plan, right? So it's not to say he doesn't have some flexibility in him, but
there could have been a universe where we switched characters.
Mm-hmm.
You know that.
Yeah, we don't know these characters so well, right?
We rolled specific, and to full disclosure, we rolled prior to this recording of who would be playing as. I assigned characters different numbers, and we just happened to land on our own. So that's what we're doing. So darkness would have came off, but then realized it probably didn't work.
Yeah, I mean he's going to maintain it for a bit until he goes to strike and you move out of the way, and it's like, oh well, that doesn't really do anything.
True.
So yeah, he'll still do it the first round, and then what else do I have written down here? That's his action, but then he's going to action surge to get a second action off using that Keystone Fighter ability.
Yeah,
and then he's going to booming blade you, and I think I have a decent chance to hit you. So
what is your attack modifier?
So my attack modifier is only a +1. It's because I forgot to change one thing on this character before I submitted it. But
maybe
it's okay.
Maybe you should change it, because no way would your +12 character have a +1.
Well, so full disclosure, I intended to make this a Battlesmith Artificer. Okay. And they get to use their intelligence modifier for attack and damage rolls as long as the weapon is magical. And then I used an Artificer Infusion to make the glaive magical, make it a +1 glaive.
Very, very funny. So what is your attack modifier?
So if we go with that, then it is a +5.
Okay, +5.
Oh, sorry. No. Sorry, not to hit. My bad. Because proficiency bonus, right?
Yeah. You're the
my
whole thing.
modifier. Yeah, my apologies. My modifier is +0, so the proficiency bonus this level is 4. So it'd be +4 without changing things.
Okay, so you're using a +4 to hit.
Yeah.
My AC is 17, so I believe statistically, percentage-wise, it'd be a 40% chance of hitting. Honestly, I would say that would probably be that would be a lot more closer to a sort of, like, we know 50-50 chance, more than likely it's going to hit. Because it's either, the way D&D works is you got to meet or beat.
Hmm.
This one, it looks like there is probably like one every other attack would probably connect. Maybe one every other third attack.
Yeah, and looking at this now, actually, I think it's closer to almost exactly 50-50 because I forgot the glaive is a +1, so it's actually a +5 to hit. So it's like
Oh, okay.
45% probability, which is basically 50-50.
Essentially, yeah. I mean, we can, you know, skirt around the small 5% mark of it. So 50-50 chance. So I would say that more because you have multi attack, yeah?
Yeah, so Eldred's Knight fighters get a fun little thing where they can cantrip as an action and then bonus action attack again.
Okay, so you're doing one attack because of that. Got it.
Yeah, well, so the first action is Booming Blade, right? And
Got it.
then as the bonus action, it's an extra attack with another 50-50 to hit, but it's a lot less damage with just the regular glaive swing.
Yeah. Okay. So I think there is a clear difference in terms of AC to hit attack because for one, when Bolite tries to hit you, you have a shield which kind of severely lowers the percentage
Yep.
of actual connection. Your character just by raw has a better chance of hitting me. I would say probably like every other attack statistically because it is a sort of lower than 50-50 chance.
Right.
But yeah, okay. So it seems like start off the first round, both characters have done some immediate damage and we've learned some things. First, we learned that the
Yes.
darkness, while it is useful, definitely does not help in this scenario. Yeah. Now we're kind of in a free form. Now we can discuss a little bit about resource management. What would be the common sort of strategy of these characters? I have a question right off the bat
All
because
right.
when I think about it, Bolide obviously his first thing is going to be hit 4 times because of Flurry of the Blows, Flurry of Strikes. Can't think of the word today.
Flurry of blows, right?
Yeah, I said Flurry of the Blows, which did not make any sense. How many first level slots do you have?
Yeah, I was looking that up right now. Let me see. It's all the way at the back of the character sheet. I have 4 first levels, but then I have 3 second levels. So in theory, I could shield 7 times if I wanted to. And
But
if I'm
you've used
confident I
one.
could be, yeah, and I used 1 to start, obviously, so 6 more times.
So we could go 6
And
rounds of statistically missing.
right, and I mean, if I'm landing more often on the melee, I don't have much better use for those spell slots, right?
I would think so, unless there is something that you can do like that requires a dex save or that requires a strength or intelligence save that would do some immediate damage if that was where your intention was going to.
Yeah, I mean, Eldritch Knights don't get the biggest spell slot selection, so nothing to really, tie you down. Was leaning on the concentration spell being darkness for advantage to hit and disadvantage coming at me. But removed of that, I don't think I have anything else that's really good for concentration.
Speaking of
Maybe,
concentration, that is a good
yeah,
question. I know that statistically my character is going to miss because it's like a 35% chance of hitting you.
yeah,
At level 12, at this certain level, I decided to go through the 2024 version of monks,
hmm
which are incredibly beefed up now. And there is a certain point where their flurry blows gets increased.
okay,
And essentially it says you can spend one focus point to do flurry blows and make 3 unarmed strikes instead of 2. So in
okay,
one round, he is doing 5 attacks. Attack.
yes,
Attack. I think statistically, with that many attacks, even if we went through 6 rounds of you shielding,
hmm
I think at least one would connect. I don't know if
oh yeah,
that's
yeah,
yeah. Uh,
for sure.
Now the question is, what is your con modifier? Do you think you can survive a stunning strike?
Oh, I got a +8 to con saves, so yes, I think I can.
Oh, yeah, that would be difficult.
Artificers get proficiency in con saves if you start in them. So
Yeah. So full disclosure, I think on my end, after 6 rounds of hitting maybe once or twice, I've used 1 key point. It goes 6 rounds, and I would be trying to make as many connections as I can. That is 7 key points used.
yeah, And you have 12?
and I have 12. So in other words, I would have 5 key points at the end of your shielding, and that's when it starts getting dangerous.
Yeah. For me,
So
at least.
for you, so let's not get to that point yet. Let's stop
Yeah.
there. Now we're just going to switch the table around. I think we said statistically you are landing every other attack because it is
Yes.
under 50%.
Mhm.
Are you dealing some massive damage to really put my character down before we get to that 7th round?
I think I could do a good amount of damage. I think even if we use that dice calculator I sent you, if we run the numbers with accounting for the to hit and all that, I think I'm still doing on average like 12 damage a round. So over 6 rounds, that's what?
Or are you in every other attack? And are you have multi-attack though, right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
But
So
the dice calculator will account for the to hit, right? If you put in the AC.
right.
So, I mean, if I no advantage though, so that's going to change it. But your AC is 18, you said? 17?
17. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. 2d8 plus 1, and then we're doing doubling dice rolled on a crit, yeah?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. So statistically, accounting for hitting you, my first attack is doing an average of, let's just round down and say 7 damage.
So we're doing 7 times 6 because between the multi-attack, you're at least hitting once.
Yes.
Only because my
There is one thing I would like you to consider in this, and that is if I land a booming blade, I may use a spell slot to Misty Step away and make you take that extra damage.
Right.
Because it's an extra 3d8 if I hit you with the booming blade and then you want to come get me.
Then
I don't know if you have anything ranged, but I can fight at range a little bit.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yeah, I can.
Then
I have
I think a
firebolt. So
okay. Then a question. Oh, firebolt. So okay, you're building that. Then a question for you. Let's put a pause on that aspect now of you rushing away. That does reduce the amount of times you have to cast shield, which means that kind of reduces the amount of rounds you have to survive.
Right, but I can increase my damage, right? That way.
That's true. 100% true. What is your attack modifier for your spells?
It's quite a bit better because I put a lot of points into intelligence.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, because remember I was planning on using intelligence to hit with my weapon as well before I forgot that little change. So I think my intelligence mod is +3, so it's +7 to hit on my spellcasting.
So it's 50-50. This is even because I have a AC of 50 of
17,
of 17. So statistically, you're going to hit. Out of curiosity, what is going to be the average damage output of your fireball or firebolt?
Oh, the firebolt. Okay, so that is +7. AC 17. How many D10s does firebolt do at this level? Do you know off the top of your head?
Oh, I think
3.
maybe 2, 3.
Oh, it's 3. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's level 11. Yeah.
And the nice thing about firebolt is that you can crit on it.
So my character has a choice whether it is to close the distance and take the booming blade damage, or to stand their ground for a round and get hit. Got it. God damn.
Yeah, and the average for the firebolt is let's see here, 9. Let's round down and say 9 damage.
9
So I'm
damage.
actually doing a little bit more with firebolt than I am with the glaive attack.
So interesting thing, as a reaction, my character does have deflect energy, which is when you take
the new monk ability. Yeah.
No, actually, this is part of the body of the astral self. I know that new monk does have also that as well, which I'm not sure which one removes more. That's a good question.
Because they upgraded the monk's deflect missiles to this, right? So it can be used for any ranged attack, if I remember right.
Yeah. Deflect attack. Now it's 2d10 plus. No. That's the much damage he's doing back to you. Boy, it's almost like I don't play a lot of 2024. You know what? I'm gonna have to go to a different site to look it up. But yeah, you're right. I know monks do that. New monk does have the ability to deflect energy now, which is weird because
And, and the funny thing about being at range is that I can throw a firebolt at you, and I can still throw my trident at you as well.
that's true. Would you?
And
Is
the
your
nice part,
dex
good.
you're more strength than dex? Would your range weapon attack have a better chance of hitting?
Well, trident is a strength based,
Oh, you're
even
right.
when you throw it. So,
You're right.
and it's one of my bonded weapons is an Eldritch Knight, so I can just bring it back to me every turn for no cost.
You're absolutely right. Also, just looked it up. Deflect or the deflect energy feature is a level 13 monk feature, not we're at level 12. So I would have to rely on the astral monk, the body of the astral self to deflect it. So you said a 9 average.
Yeah.
My thing is a 1d10 plus 4. So on average, that is a 5
It's 9.
plus 9.
That's
So
9.
I don't think the fight. I was hoping for the math to math me right. On average, I don't think it wouldn't have an advantage. It would just be canceling each other out. The firebolt, that's it.
And then I can throw a trident at you.
The Triton is going to be the thing. Triton scares me.
I don't know why. It's not exactly the most beefy weapon out there, but I think they're fun.
Do I have anything to heal myself? Don't monks have that ability now?
I don't know if that's a monk subclass feature or a monk feature. I know some
you can
subclasses
expend a focus point, and I wonder if is this an action or is it not? It doesn't say.
They made a lot of healing bonus actions in 2024, so that wouldn't surprise me if it were a bonus action.
All right, so self-restoration. Nope, that's not it. I'm looking at it. It just won't tell me whether or not it's an action or not. Monk's focus, step of the wind, flurry of blows, unarmed movement, deflect. Yeah, it is upsetting that I can't find it correctly, but I do have it on my sheet here, and obviously you can always look it up too. But it says here, when you expend a focus point, and to use patient defense, that's it. Patient defense. Okay. You can gain 2d10 temporary HP, so 10 on average. Right. So we're doing on this new world, this new branch of attacks.
Yeah,
we're doing 5 rounds to survive. In that 5 rounds, it is hit, booming blade, dash back, firebolt, Triton in the next few rounds.
Right.
I guess this means I would have to.
I mean, you could just take the damage and come at me if you want to keep it melee.
That's true. I could always uncanny dodge.
Yeah, that reduces damage, right?
And that it not only reduces damage, it gives me temp HP, but it also makes you have disadvantage.
I thought that was patient defense that did the disadvantage.
What did I say?
You said uncanny dodge.
Uncanny dodge. Apologies. Patient defense is what I have to spend a key point to do patient defense and gain 2d10. But patient defense also gives it where oh no, is it different? They changed patient defense in 2024.
Oh, they make it worse?
They made it worse. It is not the dodge action.
Oh, okay. So what is it?
No longer. It's just you get the temp HP.
That's kind of worse.
It definitely is. Now here's a real good question.
Yeah.
Do you think you would? I'm trying to think of the way I would word this. It's if I'm hitting like every third attack because of shield. Man, I think we're kind of in the muddied water now. Now we're like, I really wish we had a fight sheet to show this and a tracker.
Yeah.
Because
one thing I'll say that might put Algar over is he also has some healing he can do.
Second wind, yes.
Second wind, he also is an artificer who gets cure wounds.
That's true. But do you want to spend an action to do that?
I know. It's an action and a spell slot, so it's going to be a resource fight. But also, I feel like you're getting up on your key point usage too, or focus points, right?
Yes. in the event that like after the second or first round, you've used a spell slot to shield. He's used a key point to attack. Once we've sort of hit that point, it'd be 5 rounds. So it'd be 6 rounds in. So he'd be at 6 key points once we hit this point of, can he survive up to this point?
Yeah. And I think, to me, at least in my mind right now, it's going to come down to max HP, because it seems like we're dealing similar amounts of damage.
Yes.
We have similar chances to hit each other. Our resource management is similar, right? You're managing focus points. I'm managing spell slots over here. So what's your max HP?
87.
121.
Okay. That did change everything I thought about this.
I think that may be the thing that puts Algar over.
You know what's, but I agree that is impressive. 100% agree that's impressive. I still honestly don't know if that matters, because I think the point of question here is, can you survive with shield enough so where Bole doesn't rush in and just start doing flurry blows with, like, let's pretend he only has 2 key points at the end of this whole, debacle.
Yeah.
That's 8 attacks. Or at least that's 4 attacks with 1 chance of doing like a, oh no, you're right. No, hold on, you're right. You're right. He's spending key point every attack. It's not going to.
Yeah. And even with your 8 attacks, without shield, you still only have a 50% chance to hit.
You're right. You're right.
And so the question is, can you deal, we're basically equal when we get out of this shield area. So I think it's going to be, can you deal 30% more damage to me than I can to you? Because I got about 30% more HP, and I don't think you can. And then eventually you're going to run out of focus points, and then it really swings in my favor.
And I realized one thing. I do have one thing it's not going to save me. It is just something that I can do. And that is, he has the magic initiative for cleric. He has 1 use of healing word.
I mean, every little bit helps, but that's 1d4 plus casting modifier. Which
2d4 plus 4. That's still not going to matter. It's going to make him survive 1 more round. But I think we are entering that conversation of, can he last 5 rounds, which is probably what's needed to bring you down to that point. Can your HP go faster than mine, which I don't think it will.
No, I don't think it does. I think, with your 50% chance to hit, I don't think you can bring me down before your round of key points. And then at that point, I think it's advantage Algar.
Oh, wait. Well, we're talking about this now.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're right. Hold on. Shoot. Yeah. Bolide needs that front. He really needed that win of going straight in there and getting a stunning strike. If he was able to successfully get a stunning strike, even you have a +8.
Right.
Statistically, it's not going to happen.
Right.
That would have kind of sealed the deal.
Yeah, no, a stunning strike definitely would have swung hard to Bolide, because at that point, I mean, Algar's got to stand there for a whole round and take 8 attacks? How many attacks is it?
Yeah.
At advantage, right? So it goes from a 50% to like a 60 or 70% chance to hit at that point. But I think Algar probably saves on the stunning strike.
Yeah. I think what was the percentage you said? Like 80% of the chance you're gonna actually succeed.
Oh, on the save for stunning strike?
It was a 16 for the DC.
16 is the DC. I have a +8, so I only have to roll an 8. I have a 65% chance of success on stunning strike.
Yeah,
not overwhelming, but it's a good chance.
Not overwhelming, but it is one of those things where I need to hit enough where eventually you land below that 60% chance of succeeding, which I don't think I have at that point the resources to do so.
I mean, honestly, your best bet might be can New Monk stunning strike on every hit, or is that taken away?
You can, but you have to spend more key. You have to spend a key point every single strike.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a chance if you just throw out all the focus points in the first round, it'll land a stunning strike.
I'm gonna say this won't help me. This is not gonna help me, but I am very curious.
Okay.
Let's say that in 1 round, I statistically was able to get at least one round of stunning strikes on you.
Okay.
Now, the question I have is, could you survive, was it 5 attacks? With a
Okay,
stunning strike?
so how much damage are you doing per attack?
With the Arms of the Astral Self, that is 1d10 plus 4, so that on average, that's 9 points of damage. So 9 times,
45.
45. I think you can survive a full round of Stunning Strike if you truly, if there was a moment you're like, nat 1.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to help me.
Think of it this way. Even if you come in with let's say you come in on the first strike, I fail Stunning Strike, right? And you do your 45 damage. We now have equal HP.
Yeah. It took a whole Hail Mary just to be on equal footing, and we are relying on a Hail Mary. I think it's safe to say that I feel like it's safe to concede and say that Bolide would probably not win this match.
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
Which is wild because monks are great on 1v1s. They're great at 1v1s. Why didn't I win this?
I don't know. They are. They really are. But they're great when people have bad con saves, and if someone has a good con save, it gets hard for monks.
Yeah. Also, we are doing average. I think when you start to put in the wildness of D&D, there is anything could have happened. I could have gotten natural ones on all my attacks. It could have been it could be even worse.
And so, I could have gotten natural 1 on all my saves, right? So
well, thank you so much, man, for joining me. And thank you for you guys for watching. As next time we'll see what other combatants want to join Roll Initiative as we find out who would win with no dice. Bye, everyone.